All right, I'm here with Cox Coach Taylor Rountree. Our team gets a 6-0 shutout of the Kellam Knights here at the Regional Training Center as they close out the regular season. Coach, it's hard to believe the season's just flown by like this and the playoffs are here. Got to be pleased with how your team has performed here in this matchup against a good team, and you've played a really tough schedule all year long.
Yeah, Kellam's they're a great team. It was nice to be here on AstroTurf. If we're not here, we're practicing in grass at home, so this is definitely to our advantage.
Tell you what, just the fundamentals and the skill work shine through in this matchup. In particular, the 2-3 combination. We're in 2 and 3. Sophia Birch and Megan Spear. I know Megan's headed to Dartmouth. Just really savvy players, and they're starting to click here as the playoffs are about to start.
Yeah, they have been starters since they were freshmen, so they were with the older girls. They've kind of been through the system, and unfortunately this year we had to drop into the backfield, but it's really nice to see them.
I've seen some games where your team gets a bunch of penalty corners, goals, you execute well, but I think today it was like 14 or 15 penalty corners. What's the key to drawing so many of those in your eyes?
If you're not going to get a shot off on the circle, you better get a corner. So that's kind of our philosophy.
So it's just a matter of just playing intensity, speed, and being on point, or what is it about getting those?
It's definitely the intensity, and we knew coming in that most of our attack was going to have to come off of corners, and it's the only way to bring Megan up. So
we spoke last month with Isabel Pardo, the Liberty commit, your goalkeeper. I mean, just her work this year. I know you lost last week the first Colonial, but it wasn't her fault. I mean, you go regulation, didn't give up a goal. She's been great all year long. Talk about what she's brought your team.
Isabel's just a breath of fresh air back there. She's from Spain, so like last year she was new. Just her English has gotten so much better. I mean, she's a phenomenal player.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, like last week you got to see. I mean, she could run a clinic out there.
Yeah. That helps when you have someone that's the Jets flying over top of us that can really definitely take a game ownership like that, where it feels like, what was that like, Coach? Because you played obviously as we watched the Jet fly over us and nobody could oversee it. You played that tough game with Norfolk Academy. You played up in the Max Field Hockey event up in PA. You had that game with FC. How did the girls kind of recover from that? Because it looked like you've been sharp these last 2 games with Kempsville and Kellam here.
When we went up to Max Field Hockey, and thankfully we got out when we did. We had played 7 games in 10 days. So, I mean, it's just a lot. Norfolk Academy was at the end of it, and I think from there it showed that they could hang with the best of the best. Again, I'm really happy in the direction we're moving. I mean, we're just building.
Hey, lastly here, you've won 5 consecutive state championships. The school has 24, which is a VHSL record. You played for the great Nancy Falcons, and I think looking it up, you've been in like 25 of the last 34 state championships. Is it pretty much that's the expectation as the playoff start? Doesn't matter about if we see FC again, whoever we play, we know what the standard is at Cox, and how do you go about achieving that again this year?
There's definitely a standard at Cox. However, each team's different, and really we're just taking one game at a time. I mean, tradition is very, very rich. Thankfully, all these girls have been in championships position before, but it's just about mindset, and we'll see. I mean, we got with their new region, we've got great competition.
Yeah, this new region's a bear now. I mean, you've got, I know Great Bridge is struggling a little bit, but you got them, Kellam, Kempsville's no slouch. You know about FC. It feels like the 5 and 6 seeds could go win another region out there in the state.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, in all sports.
Yeah, a lot of sports for sure. Well, all the best to you and the Falcons. We'll watch the journey to hopefully another state championship.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.